Hi, I'm Michael Senoff, founder and CEO of HardToFindSeminars.com. For the last 5 years, I've interviewed the world's best business and marketing minds. Along the way, I've created a successful publishing business, all from home, from my two-car garage. When my first child was born, he was very sick, and it was then that I knew I had to have a business that I could operate from home. Now my challenge is to build the world's largest free resource for online downloadable MP3 audio business interviews. I knew I needed a site that contained strategies, solutions, and inside angles to help you live better, to save and make more money, to stay healthier, and to get more out of life. I've learned a lot in the last 5 years, and today I'm going to show you the skills you need to survive.
I think the real benefit with this type of marketing is that a business can get their brand name out there in front of a large company like Lowe's or Kmart, and they can get serious recognition in a couple weeks. Basically, working an event with a local retailer and selling out in front of their location, I was selling Dish Network.
You were selling Dish Network, okay.
Dish Network services, yeah, but we've also done with ADT security as well. You know, it can be used for pretty much any industry, that type of medium.
And you said you kind of perfected this event selling.
Yeah, I've been doing it for about 4 years, 4.5 years now, and just recently been doing some consulting with some local businesses that it kind of stumbled upon the opportunity because people started talking to me about wanting to do this with their business, and, you know, the light bulb went off.
Well, the bottom line is, you know, people need to get customers, and what you've done seems to be pretty effective in setting up at these events and getting customers. Is that right?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's been very effective, and I think it's kind of a glorified joint venture is what it really is.
Yeah.
You're out in front, and you're offering exposure for the retailer.
All right, well, let's start. What was the very first event stuff you started hustling?
Well, we fell into a very good company. We started off with Lowe's home improvement stores, which are huge.
Now, who's we? And is this a multiple person?
Well, myself and my partner basically started everything out.
Okay. What were you selling, though?
We were selling Dish Network, and we were trying to come up with a way to get the product out in front of people and do it. We didn't have any money.
Okay, so you were repping Dish Network.
Right. We were a rep for a local retailer, and we were salespeople for a local retailer.
Now, how much could you make on every deal you signed up?
When I first started out, I was making like $75 a sale.
On every sale, every order you wrote?
On every order that I wrote.
But you didn't have to do the installation, did you?
No, we would make the sale, write it up, and then we would submit it to be installed. We set an install date. No money changed hands. We basically...
Well, you got a commitment.
Right. We just got a commitment from a customer and told them about it, educated them on the product, and, you know, had them installed like 1 to 3 days later.
Now,
watching TV.
Yeah, you know, I used to sell cable door to door. It's kind of similar.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I used to knock on doors selling Southwestern cable. So you go write the order, and there was good money, man. I mean, let me tell you, that was...
Oh, yeah. I mean, people want TV, you know, and you have an alternative. And when I started selling Dish, it was a very hot product.
Yeah.
Still is. I mean, it's somewhat saturated now, but it was kind of a hot item back then, and people wanted it.
Okay, so $75 you made on each deal, and you figure, how the hell can I get more customers?
Money. I mean, you know, there's the traditional ways of advertising and getting flyers out and paying for yellow page ads or paying for direct mailings. And we just said, hey, we don't have any money. How can we do this, and how can we benefit both the store, the customer, and ourselves at the same time and get a concentration of sales in 2 days? So we basically started brainstorming on thinking of locations where people are shopping and where this type of market might be suitable to Dish Network, which is about 95% of the people out there. We approached Lowe's home improvement stores because we figured those people would be responsive customers, and then they're buying things for their home.
Did you approach just one specific location?
Initially, we did. We approached one store.
And what did you do? You drove to the store and walked in and said, who do we talk to about this?
Well, we created an information pack which kind of summarized what we were offering.
Uh-huh.
And we went in with it. It was on a real catchy graphic on the front page, had a picture. We actually took a picture, went out in front of Lowe's and took a picture of us out in front of it with a tent. We set up a tent out there to kind of show them what it looked like.
Right.
We weren't even in Lowe's yet.
Okay. Were they saying, hey, what the hell are you guys setting up a tent here for? No one cared, did they?
They didn't care. They didn't even
They didn't even know. They didn't know.
Well, we just we wanted to give them a visual of the benefit before we, started talking more about the benefits.
All right, so you set your tent up, and then you did a digital photo of it?
Right. We set the tent up and set everything up the way we normally do it. The stands out there, the literature, and the boards, and then we took a photo of some guy underneath it with a group of people.
Okay. And then you made color copies of that?
Right. That was the front page, and then there was about 2 pages of just information that just outlined the benefits. It was all benefit-driven.
Benefits towards Lowe's.
Towards Lowe's, how they would benefit from it more than anything else. And then a very small portion of it was talking, about process and hard end of it. But most of it was just benefit-driven towards the store and providing a repeat customer, because we were offering everyone that signed up at the store, we were giving them $20 to go back into Lowe's and spend more money.
Okay, so let's talk about what was in it for Lowe's to let you guys do this.
Well, first of all, they were getting exposure to their location. We had a tent out front. Sometimes we'd have music.
Uh-huh.
We would play some music, have a dish commercial that we'd tape that we'd run over and over again.
Okay.
It just attracted attention. But, you could see the tent from the road.
How big
people
was
were driving by and they could see the tent out there from the road and our banners.
How big was the tent?
10 by 10 tent.
Okay.
Real bright colors, Dish Network logos all over the place.
Okay, so it looked like there was an event happening.
I mean, it was creating excitement. There was people underneath the tent walking around. It helped, somebody driving by that was thinking about Dish Network or had seen a commercial or an ad, it would push them to maybe stop in and get more information.
All right, what else was in it for Lowe's?
Well, the gift card was a big thing because their average cost per sale was about $70 at the time, and we were giving them $20 to come back in. So they knew that there's a good chance that that customer that came back into that store to spend more money or to redeem that $20 gift card was going to spend $70.
All right, back up. What's this gift card? You mean when someone signed up with your Dish Network, they got a $20 gift card to go shop in Lowe's?
That's right. To that store only, we were forcing a repeat customer.
Did you pay for the gift card?
We paid for the gift card.
So was that $20 that came off your $75?
That's right.
Okay, so you gave a gift card in the form of a plastic card or a piece of paper or a coupon or what?
They had their own gift cards that you can just load up with any amount of money that you want.
Oh, so you bought them and loaded them up.
We bought them and loaded them up. And,
so they got $23 to go spend on Lowe's.
And then, but the average ticket then was $70, so they knew that they were going to get more money out of that than $20.
Okay.
And at that store plus, we also inserted in the mailings, we would insert flyer of the store's weekly sales.
What do you mean mailing?
We mailed the cards to the customers with a little thank you letter from Lowe's and our company.
Oh, so when they signed up, they didn't get the card right then and there.
No.
They got it mailed to them how long after?
2 to 4 weeks we would send it out. Once they were installed, because they're really not a customer until they were installed and activated.
I gotcha.
We didn't want to give them a card, and they went home and canceled. We were out $20.
So it was almost like a stick letter. It was an incentive for them to go ahead and activate so they can get their $20.
Exactly, right. And then they would get in the mail, a lot of times they were surprised to get it. It was like an extra bonus, like, oh, I forgot about this.
Right.
And here they got $20 to spend at Lowe's, and they would, go back in the store.
All right.
But we also had other information, maybe the store's upcoming sales or their offers inside the mailing with a thank you letter from Lowe's and our company, too.
Okay, and who paid for the mailing? You did.
We paid for the mailing, correct.
And Lowe's furnished you with an insert that you could put in there.
That's correct. Well, we would create one and have them authorize it, and then we would use that. So we started off that one Lowe's stores. We ended up getting 20 of them.
20 different Lowe's stores?
20, well, let me see, 18. We had 18 Lowe's stores, not all on a given weekend, but we would rotate them around.
Did you hire employees to handle them?
Yes, I had about 5 salespeople that were out selling out of Lowe's on a given weekend.
All right, so let's talk about what was happening with an average Lowe's on a Saturday. You're out there, you're set up, you're selling Dish Network. How many deals are you doing in a day?
In the beginning, it was just huge. It was phenomenal. I was averaging over 20 a weekend myself, personally.
20 a weekend?
A weekend, 20 sales. And for a while, the best weekend I had was 38. I sold 38 in 2 days of work.
All right, so each location, when it was really kicking butt, you were doing about maybe $1,000, and that That doesn't even include that. I've already taken off the $20 that goes back to Lowe's. You were doing about $1,000 gross per location.
Right. Some weekends were better, but it was probably averaging close. I think we were up around 1,200 or 1,300 at that time. And then we got a pay raise. We got bumped up to I was getting 110 a sale.
Whoa. Okay.
After a while, and now I get paid more than that because I've been doing it for quite a while. But we got bumped up once they saw we were outperforming some of the dealers in Atlanta. We were in the top 5 of dealers, just 2 of us. We were in the top 5 of sales for several months, just as 2 people.
That's great. And so at one time, did you have 4 or 5 locations going on a weekend?
Yeah, probably the maximum, just so we could keep track. We didn't want to oversaturate it and just overstay the welcome, so we would probably I had a maximum of maybe 4 locations going on a weekend.
All right, so you were making, over a weekend, what kind of money were you making?
For a while there, when it was really, really, really hot, I was grossing between $2,000 and $2,500.
That ain't bad.
The Sunday was a half a day, basically, because we were out there from 12 to 6.
All right, let me ask you this. So did you have some strategies or a system put in place, within your booth that helped generate the sale? What happened? You had your booth set up, and as people walked in, did you catcall them over there, or did they naturally gravitate? Did you have a freebie to get them to fill something out? What kind of things got them to your booth rather than ignoring you and being afraid to ask what's going on there?
Well, we didn't really. That was part of our selling point to the stores. So we didn't want to, we didn't want to push it on their customers, and we didn't want to feel like we were intrusive to their customers. And that was part of the angle that we went after as far as getting in there. We didn't approach it that way. Basically, we didn't really have to.
Right.
So much now when I do events now, you have to be a little more aggressive. But back then, we had really good signage. We had a lot of information out there for customers, and a lot of times they just come up to us.
Okay.
Another thing too is that there was other benefits besides signing up a new customer for the store. There was education for existing customers that had questions.
Right.
So we served as kind of an information source, if you will, for people that already had Dish, that had a question about their programming, or they had a question about their equipment. They had a source that they knew was going to be available to them every weekend where they could actually talk to somebody in person.
All right, so Lowe's was your first, so you ended up with all those Lowe's, and then did it kind of peter out, or did you find something, you move on to something different in the relation of events?
Well, we thought we were very fortunate because we were with Lowe's for about 2 years. And eventually they changed their policy of allowing people to be out front for insurance regulations, and that was another hurdle that we've since gotten over. And we're actually trying to get back into Lowe's again because they discontinued allowing people out front. We basically were out in front of a major home improvement store for 2 years straight without paying a dime.
That's incredible.
I think we went through the numbers a couple of weeks ago, and we generated about $80,000 in gift cards for that store, for Lowe's Corporation.
Yeah, how about Home Depot?
Home Depot, untouchable.
You can't do it.
Yeah, we tried getting into Home Depot several times.
How about what areas did you think were going to work that you've tried at that just don't work?
Well, actually, I'll give you a list of places we have been and that we're currently working. Kmart's, we've had some Kmart's. We still have some Kmart's. We've been in a couple Walmart's, only a few.
How'd that go?
Walmart.
How'd that go?
Walmart was very good.
Do they want percentage of the sales?
No, it was the same concept of a $20 gift card for the store.
Okay.
We've never had to pay to be in a location.
Okay.
Ever.
All right.
It's always been on working with the gift card.
And who do you talk to? Who's the person you talk to about if you can do this, if someone wanted to do something like this?
Well, a lot of times we'll go directly to the manager or a regional manager. Some of the problems we've had with some locations is they really can't make a decision on a managerial level, so they have to go to corporate. And obviously we want to avoid that red tape, and we just go to the next one, because once you go to corporate, it's a whole different animal.
Right.
As far as getting approval to be out of the location. So we would try to find locations or different stores that make a decision.
Okay, yeah.
They could actually make a decision on whether you can come out or whether not, and we figured out that real quick. The managers were in control, like Kmart. The managers can make that decision. There's some clothing stores down here called Goodies, where the managers a regional manager can make that decision.
How'd that go? The Goodies.
The Goodies was okay, not bad. All produced pretty well. Just you're looking for a location that has traffic, essentially. some are going to produce better than others. So we're now at an Office Max, which produces okay.
Okay.
Between probably 8 and 16 sales a weekend.
All right.
But, the idea is obviously you want to be somewhere where there's traffic. With the type of product that we have appeals to pretty much anybody that has a home and watches TV or a TV in their house.
Is this the one that Radio Shack sells?
Radio Shack sells, some of them sell dish and some of them sell direct TV.
Uh-huh.
So it just depends on which one you go to.
And is Dish Network still a pretty good product?
I think it's a great product. I mean, they've had the J.D. Power Award 2 years in a row for customer satisfaction.
Right. What does it cost? What does it cost someone to get set up with them?
Well, you can right now you can get up to 4 receivers installed for basically free.
And what does that mean? What's a receiver?
A receiver has to be on each TV. Because this is a digital signal, unlike cable, where cable is analog, it can be split up many times.
Uh-huh.
Digital signal has to have a receiver on each TV that's receiving the satellite signal so that it can decode it.
Is the satellite on the roof of your house?
Satellite's on the roof of your house, on the back of the house normally. It uses the existing wiring that's in the house already.
Uh-huh.
In most cases, so we don't have to go through and do any, drill any holes in the walls because they can just tap into what's already there.
All right, so you set up a dish outside and you put receivers on the TVs, and that's basically free for all that.
It's basically free to get everything set up pretty much. You just pay your monthly rate, which can be less than cable now in most areas down here anyway.
Are there contracts?
It's usually a 1-year agreement. And then after the year agreement, you're on a month-to-month, or if you move during the year, they'll move it for you.
Are there advantages over cable?
Oh, yeah.
Like what? This is the end of Part 1. Please continue to Part 2.
Michael with Michael Senoff, HardToFindSeminars.com, and another bonus tip. How would you like to turn your $28 book or ebook or even a concept in your head into a $3,900 information product? I'll provide you the secrets on how to do this. If you'd like a completely free 30-day trial of my system for turning your simple book or even just a concept in your mind into an information product that you can sell for $97, $197, or even as much as $3,900 or more. This system includes a whole range of tricks and tips to help you pack your audio program full of great stories that take control of your listeners' brains. My information product creation system comes with my personal guarantee that you'll create an information product worth from $97 to $497 that's designed to sell like hotcakes. This is a 30-day free trial. If you'd like information on this, please email me at michael@hardtofindseminars.com. In the subject line, write in all caps $28 book, and I'll email you information on how to turn your $28 book or even a concept in your mind into a $3,900 information product. Hi, this is Michael Senoff with Michael Senoff, HardToFindSeminars.com. Here is another bonus tip and a valuable service that I offer to select clients. If you can talk into an ordinary telephone, you can be selling your own high-priced audio programs in as little as 7 days. This is the easiest way on earth to create a series of powerful audio recordings for your own information product. I call you on an ordinary telephone and interview you live on a series of related hot topics about your niche subject. I take care of all the editing, all the technical stuff, and I give you the finished MP3s or WAV files and audio transcripts. I only have time to give this deluxe personalized service to a few more carefully selected clients. If you're interested in developing and creating your own valuable information product that you could have complete in as short as 7 days and be selling for as high as $300, $500, even $3,900, please contact me at michael@hardtofindseminars.com. In the subject line of your email, please write info product information in all capital. Make sure I have your name and a way to contact you by phone, and we can talk about your specific ideas. Or you may call me at 858-274-7851. Hi, it's Michael Senoff here with another bonus tip from Michael Senoff's HardToFindSeminars.com, and it's called an audio infomercial. Your audio infomercial, which I create for you, will sell more products of yours faster, easier, and for less cost than any conventional advertising method, and I guarantee it 100%. Imagine catching yourself at concert pitch talking about what makes your business or your product service unique, what makes it special. Imagine taking a professional recording of that perfect sales presentation that I create for you and giving it to your prospect as an audio CD or an internet download from your website. I can do this for you faster than you ever thought possible with my personalized audio informational recording service. If you're interested in this unique service, please contact me at michael@hardtofindseminars.com. In the subject line of your email, in all capitals, write audio infomercial, and I will get back with you with more information. Hi, it's Michael Senoff here with another tip from Michael Senoff's HardToFindSeminars.com. This tip is one that is dear to my heart, and the reason why is because I know what a difference it can make for your business. It has to do with editing your audio recordings. If you are using audio online or offline to sell, market, and educate your prospects, this tip will be the most important tip you ever hear from me. Editing your audio content before you publish it to your site simply gets better results compared to unedited audio content. Think about this. A new song on the radio may be in the editing studio for months before it's released to the public. A new movie may take years in the editing process before it's released to the big screen or on DVD. Well-written sales letters, online promotions, books, and commercials are all meticulously edited to perfection before they are released. You would never dream of releasing an unedited version of any of these sales vehicles. So why would you publish unedited audio? Unedited audio content is abandoned by the listener faster, it produces less sales for you, and it actually destroys your credibility as a publisher. So why are we seeing so much unedited content proliferating the internet? The reason is simple. There are very few people who offer audio editing services who know what they are doing. Editing audio is kind of like plastic surgery. It's part skill and part an art form. You need someone with both the skill to do it and someone who understands marketing and selling. A poor result can be gained by both a skilled surgeon as well as a good technical editor. Who you choose to do your audio editing can be one of the best investments in your business. At HardToFindSeminars.com, we have been editing online and offline web content for 6 years. We have perfected a proprietary editing system that has been proven to get your customers to listen to your audio content longer and to listen to it more often, resulting in more sales for you more often, and with clean, edited audio, you can demand more money for your products and services. It's just like in life, you only have one chance to make a first impression. Every time you release and publish unedited audio content, you are projecting a poor, sloppy, I don't care attitude that turns your prospects off. Do your prospects a favor. Service them. Give them your best. Do them a favor by giving them professionally edited audio messages, interviews, teleseminars, and selling promotions by editing your audio. We provide full audio editing services that are fast and at a reasonable rate. We know that editing your audio content can easily pay for itself 20 times over. Call me, Michael Senoff, for more information at 858-274-7851. I'll spend some time on the phone with you. We'll determine what audio content you're publishing. I'll be glad to offer you a free consultation on my ideas. I'll review some of your audio, and together we'll come up with a solution that gets you better results. Thanks for listening. Here is another bonus tip from Michael Senoff's HardToFindSeminars.com. Did you know that I have about 25 hours of exclusive consultations on my audio clips page, letter G? If you go to HardToFindSeminars.com, go to the audio clips section. This is a section where I have over 117 hours of audio interviews. Page G is nothing but consultations on information product development. You have over 25 hours of me giving my best advice on how to create, develop, produce, market, and sell audio information products. Go to page G if you want to learn how to create and market your own information products. Enjoy. There's an interview in the section of the audio recordings at Hard to Find Seminars. It's with a business buying expert. His name is Art Hamill. If you go back to my site, HardToFindSeminars.com, and go to the product section, along the left side in light blue, you will see a list of topics. Look for the one that says business buying. Click on that link and you'll be taken to about 7 hours of exclusive interviews with Arthur Hamill. Arthur Hamill has purchased multi-million-dollar businesses, over 200 of them in his lifetime, and he will tell you how to do the same thing. It's some fascinating content, and I wanted you to know about it. Here's another tip. It has to do with podcasts. Did you know that not only are all 187 hours of my audio recordings available for free online at my website, HardToFindSeminars.com, but each one of these audio recordings is also in the form of what's called a podcast. A podcast is a simple way for you to digitally and automatically subscribe to online and new recordings and have them downloaded into your mobile audio player, like an iTunes, iPod, or any other digital audio playing device. But the way you find my recordings on podcasts is by going to one of the #1 sites called iTunes. iTunes is a virtual library for music, spoken word, and podcasts. The music and spoken word audios you'll pay money for, but the podcasts are absolutely free. And you can subscribe to my podcast. All you do is go to iTunes. You'll automatically download the iTunes software, and then you will search Michael Senoff in the subject line, and you will find most of my audio recordings right there available for you to download. This is great if you're on the road or you're on another computer, and if you have a mobile device, it'll automatically suck them right into your digital MP3 player, and you can take any of the audio recordings on the road with you. They'll also automatically notify you of any new recordings that I post as podcasts. Also, if you search through Google or Yahoo or any of the major search engines, Michael Senoff, and then podcast, you'll find other resources with other podcast search engines that host my podcast. Hope this helps, and if you're a podcast listener, I think you'll be happy about this. So go over to iTunes and download the iTunes software and search Michael Senoff, and you'll have all my audio recordings available for you right there. If you'd like to hone your skills as a copywriter, I have available for you the largest collection of one of the all-time master copywriters. His name is Claude Hopkins. Do a search on Claude Hopkins or go to my website, ClaudeHopkinsAdvertising.com. Claude Hopkins was one of the founders of modern-day advertising. He was one of the all-time legends in the industry, and myself and a partner have authored a book called the Claude Hopkins Advertising Collection. We have also searched thousands of newspapers to pull out all his classic ads. He's been responsible for building companies like Pepsodent toothpaste, Palmolive, Schlitz malt liquor, many household products like puffed wheat cereal that you're still using in your kitchens today, and he was a master and a genius behind this. He was responsible for many of the cars we drive today, like the Oldsmobile. Go check it out, ClaudeHopkinsAdvertising.com. If you want the ultimate in education on how to write copy, you cannot pass this up. So go on over to ClaudeHopkinsAdvertising.com and learn from the best. Here is another bonus resource for you, and it's about a section on my site that has about 15 hours of audio interviews with copywriting experts, including Brian Keith Voiles, including Carl Galletti, including Eugene Schwartz. You will not find this content anywhere. It'll take you to an entire collection of audio recordings, MP3 downloads, and transcripts of some of my best interviews on the subject of copywriting. You'll be able to play them, download them, print the transcripts, and it's a collection you will not find anywhere else. If you want an education on copywriting, you will not find anything better than this. If you go back to my site, and in the products page, along the light blue section down on the left, you're going to see another link that has a lot of value, and it all has to do with joint ventures. Go to that page, and you're going to hear about an offer on a joint venture system like no other. If you read the letter there, it'll describe all the benefits, and the offer is virtually risk-free, meaning you can order my joint venture system, have it sent to you without paying a dime, have 30 days to review it, to digest all the information, and only if you're happy with it after 30 days do you pay. It's an offer you can't lose on, and if you're enjoying this content, you're really going to love what I have waiting for you on the joint venture link at the products page at hardtofindseminars.com. Go check it out. I think you'll really enjoy it.